248.
योगस्थ कुरु कर्माणि
योगस्थ कुरु कर्माणि
सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय
सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय
सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा
सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्यो समो भूत्वा
समत्वं योग उच्यते
समत्वं योग उच्यते
248.1. The meaning of the words of the sloka. Yogastaha, the one established in yoga. Kuru, you do. Karmani, various karma. Sangam, attachment. Tyaktva, having discarded. Dhananjaya, O Arjuna. Siddhya siddhyauhu, in attainment and failure. Samo, that is samaha, the one with equanimity. Bhutva, having become. Samatvam, equanimity. Yoga, that is yogaha, means yoga. Uchyade is spoken of. 248.2. The meaning of the sloka. O Arjuna, having discarded all attachment and having become the one established in yoga and the one with equanimity in attainment and failure, you do various karma. That equanimity is spoken of as yoga. 248.3 Bhashya.
योगस्थः सन् कुरु कर्माणि केवलम् ईश्वरार्थं तत्रापि ईश्वरो मे तुष्यतु इति सङ्गं त्यक्त्वा धनञ्जय फलतृष्णाशून्येन क्रियमाणे कर्मणि सत्त्वशुद्धिजा ज्ञानप्राप्तिलक्षणा सिद्धिः तद्विपर्ययजा असिद्धिः तयोः सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्योः अपि समः तुल्यः भूत्वा कुरु कर्माणि कः असौ योगः यत्रस्थः कुरु इति उक्तम् इदमेव तद् सिद्ध्यसिद्ध्योः समत्वं योग उच्यते.
Translation. Hey Dhananjaya, be established in yoga and do actions for God. Even there, you have to discard the attachment to the thought, may God be pleased in me. In the actions done without desiring for the results, there arises purity of mind, leading to siddhi or success characterized by the attainment of wisdom. From the opposite course arises asiddhi or failure. Do your actions keeping evenness between siddhi and asiddhi. What is that yoga established in which you have been advised to do your actions? What is called yoga is the equanimity between success and failure. 248.4 Explanation. Bhagavan explained to Arjuna that there is no karma for the jnani, but it is necessary for him as he is not a jnani yet. A doubt might arise in Arjuna's mind. Won't the karma I do generate samskara and in turn vasana and lead to further births? See 2.12.7. Will I be ever bound by karma? Is there no escape from this bondage? In answer to this, Bhagavan begins to explain how to put the doctrine of karma into practice. We had a brief look into this in 247.6. 248.5. The first instruction is to do karma established in yoga or as yogastaha. Generally, we do our karma as lokastaha or established in the world. Lokam or world is what we observe with our senses. If we limit our concerns to the world, we will be doing karma for results and will have to bear the consequences. But if we do it in submission to God, and without hankering after the results, we are established in the yoga of karma. We have to look into ourselves and get to know our entitlement. Not even 1 in a million would be entitled to jnana. All the rest have to do karma for the sake of purifying their mind and make it eligible for jnana. Such a person cannot avoid doing karma. Doing that in submission to God is the only way to escape from this bondage. Bhagavan has said this in many places. One is in Gita 18:46. Swakarmana tamabhyarchya siddhim vindati manavaha. Man achieves perfection through worshipping God by his own karma. 248.6. When does karma become yoga? Sangam tyaktva. When attachment is discarded. Attachment to karma and its fruits. You discard the attachments like this karma I do, let the fruits of this be for me, etc. That is karma yoga. But it is easy to say this. It is very difficult to do any action without expecting results. The way of being in karma yoga is to do all our actions as worship of God. When actions are done with that feeling, naturally, desire for fruits withers away. Whatever results we get will be accepted as the grace of God. We have to remember that it is not the karma that binds us, but the desire for its fruits. Therefore, the Acharya warns us, even the prayer, O God, I do not desire anything, but shower your blessings on me, is a desire. A true karma yogi has no such desire. What do I have to pray for when I know that everything takes place by the law of karma and the will of God, the Lord of all laws? My role is only to do my karma assiduously. 248.7. What is yoga? Siddhya siddhyo samo bhutva. Being the same in siddhi and asiddhi. Siddhi literally means that which is obtained through some effort and is usually translated as success. Asiddhi means not getting the result you want. Siddhi usually brings in joy and asiddhi grief. Being the same in both the situations is yoga. The word siddhi is also used to refer to the special powers that come about for the man in the spiritual path. When the sadhaka is earnest in his journey and does his spiritual practice rigorously, things start happening to him which are usually dismissed as coincidences. Gradually, their frequency increases, and some powers, like for instance that of healing, happen to him. These are called siddhis, and some may get even higher siddhis. Scriptures speak of 8 kinds of siddhis. They are anima, the power to acquire the smallest size; mahima, the opposite; laghima, the power to be weightless; garima, the opposite; prapti, the power to reach anywhere; prakamyam, getting whatever you want; ishitvam, the power to control all others; and vashitvam, the power to attract and keep everybody. Many fall for such siddhis and tout their powers for money, fame, or influence. Nearly all teachers say that such siddhis are temptations on the way, and if you fall for them, your spiritual progress is doomed. The advice here could also be taken to mean not to be enamored of such siddhis, nor to feel sorry for not getting them. 248.8. But the meaning the Acharya gives to siddhi is noteworthy. He takes it to be the attainment of perfect purity of mind, and thereby jnana, which is the ultimate siddhi. You may get it or you may not. Being the same in both is the equanimity called for. That equanimity is spoken of as yoga. Samatvam yoga uchyate. That is the evenness in pleasure and pain, not being perturbed by success or failure. This is the first time yoga is defined in Gita. It comes up once again in this chapter and in chapter 6. 248.9 Bhashya.
यत् पुनः समत्वबुद्धियुक्तम् ईश्वराराधनार्थं कर्म एतस्मात् कर्मणः.
Translation. Then again, other than this karma done with equanimity and as a worship to God, what the ordinary karma is, the next shloka.